T Love social media queen followers. How you guys doing? This your girl T Love as always. I want to do a little something different today. Considering I am about to cook. But I want to do a little something different today. I want to talk about the Rihanna and the Tearia, how they came about. And before I start my dinner, fam, I want to address some things to you guys that I'm going to be coming back with more stuff. I just been so busy, and you always ask me, why you got so much noise? I do have a family, so it's hard. I have a lot of noise, be having a lot of noise. My kids are very active, and I got older children. I got teenagers and a preteen, so you will hear some noise in the background, but I know it be sounding like we be being rude, but I don't be rude. So I try to put a video out or whatever I want to discuss. So today I'm going to be talking actually about how the Tearia and Rihanna thing came about. Well, Rihanna and Tearia were both supposed to be signed to Roc Nation, Def Jam or whatever that is at that time, and they fit the bill. Before we can even really deeply go into detail, I'm going to just be telling you, I owe y'all that Curry Hilson video, and I'm trying to do that Tupac video, but I want to do a special. So what I'm trying to do is I want to get all the stuff that I have to gather up. I got to gather up all my stuff because I promised y'all that. But the Tearia and the Rihanna thing came up about because the labels had both artists. And when you have two incredible artists like that, you can't master to sign both. Because sometimes with some labels, they are not able to push you the way they want to push you. You feel me? They're not able to push you the way they want to push you. And they're not able to push you. Tearia was, I think she said 15 or 14 when she signed. So when she came out, she was like 17 or maybe 16 or 17. Well, when they signed her, she went on board. She made music. But here's the thing. They looked at Rihanna as a more counterfeit. They looked at her more of an artist. But see, a lot of people don't know that Tearia has a lot of hits on her too. But it wasn't enough to gain that popularity like Rihanna. Rihanna is more of a pop artist / R&B artist. Tearia, you have this sultry, sexy, sensational R&B young lady. But at the time, they couldn't move matters. Because when you're young and you coming in the industry like that, they don't like to spend a lot. And here's my thing. I was almost signed to a big, huge label at one point back in the day. And when you're young, they don't want to master that and bring out that money to even sign an artist when you're that young. A lot of people back in the day were getting dicked and they were getting 360 deals. Let's be honest with you. And back then, at that time during signing, they were label mates. But they were signing them because they felt that Rihanna would be more of a fit. This is when Jay-Z comes in and appoints it. This is when Jay-Z comes in and appoints it. And here's my thing. Once he seen her, he had a perception of they were all going to sign. And I'm going to break it down to you with this one. Reason why it was been the way it was is because they felt that Rihanna was more of an artist and that Tearia was supposed to take that leap. She was supposed to be bigger than Rihanna, but it didn't fall the way she thought it would fall. You know, when they figured when you're a young artist, they already spending money on you, number one. Number two, they figured that Tearia attitude was the cause of why she wasn't signed. Number 3, and then a few more numbers because it's gonna come up. The labels really didn't know how to promote R&B artists. If you notice, a lot of people who get signed to R&B artists, a lot of people that get signed being R&B, it be a lot of disputes because everybody, even me, I like to dip and dab through R&B. I'm an R&B fanatic. I can sing, you know what I'm saying, but I also can rap. So it's like some labels will be try to, you'll be a rival to another person. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a second. You'll be a rival to another person, y'all, and they may know that you're good, but they may not know you may not be good enough for them. Tearia Marie is very talented, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think that if they signed her, she could have did more and blew up more than Rihanna. Rihanna was something that the labels felt like she was able to pull. They were spending more time with her. And at that time, Tearia Marie ego was getting in the way. And they both were young. They both were bringing in a little bit of money. And they spent as much time, I believe, on Tearia Marie than they did Rihanna. But both of they did it equaled it. But Rihanna was the star-studded star that they were actually looking at. That's how that fell in place. So once they felt like Tearia Marie wasn't good enough, they dropped her they dropped her from it. And I'm going to hit stuttering. But they dropped her from the label. By the way, Tearia Marie, no offense to Rihanna, but I think Tearia Marie is very gorgeous. And Tearia Marie, she got the beautiful, pretty eyes, and she's pretty. Most of these girls you see with pretty eyes be ugly as shit. Let's be real, and I don't like to judge. I like to keep it 1,100. And Tearia Marie is a beautiful girl, and it was competition. So Jay-Z appointed this. He said, okay, I got 2 artists, but I don't know what to do because, like I said in the beginning, when you are an R&B artist or you're trying to bring out that pop star artist, you don't know who to fit. Just same thing, for example, I'm old school. They wanted Phyllis Hyman to be more of a urban pop artist and wanted to compare Phyllis to Whitney Houston. But with Phyllis, you fail to realize Whitney Houston is an R&B artist. They was trying to push Whitney to more pop, but Whitney said, fuck no. Y'all not going to put me in the box like that. Y'all not going to put me in the box like that. And y'all not going to have me sitting up here looking dumb. So Whitney do have some pop hits from years ago that we listened to. That's pop sensational songs. But Whitney is very talented. So Whitney was also deep devoted into Christianity, Christian music, which was gospel. You got to remember one thing. Whitney started out, and I love me some Whitney Houston. She a Leo just like me. So Whitney started out as a model. A lot of people don't know she started as a model. It wasn't until Jermaine Jackson was able to hear her and say, okay, let's sign Whitney. Because Whitney was practicing what she didn't need it because Dionne Warwick is her cousin and Cissy Houston is her mother. Okay? So, moving on. Tearia Marie and Rihanna were siding. They were siding them. And at that time, you had Beyonce get ready to take off to her music career. You had Maya. She's from the DMV like me. She was taking off with her music career. You had a lot of other artists at that time during the late 90s, I believe 2000s, was taking off at the career. And Tearia Marie didn't blow up the way she did, wanted to. if they would have made her go with Clive Davis or somebody like Atlantic Records, Tearia Marie would have been just as big as Rihanna. Because a lot of labels don't like to spend money on some things and they see it gone to waste and you're a flop artist. Which Tearia Marie has never been a flop artist. So, okay, moving on. So, okay, back to basics. Tearia Marie was signed to that label. And after they decided it, it wasn't until what's that man's name? I think I got a chance to meet him years ago at an expo. It wasn't until L.A. Reid appointed him and Jay-Z. They saw Rihanna as a more of a counterfeit for the label. Rihanna went on, she signed on, she made an agreement, she took an oath. And I'm not talking about the Illuminati and all that shit. I'm talking about she made an agreement, she signed in, and she just basically took her superstardom, took off. And by this time, Tearia Marie was still making music. By this time, Tearia Marie was still exactly making a lot of music, but she wasn't getting that, she wasn't getting a lot of airplay like Rihanna. So Rihanna took off and made music. Made history with it. And Tearia still was able to do shows and still do, songs like I Ain't Had No Daddy Around and a Sponsor and all them kind of songs. And they felt like those songs wasn't enough to gain popularity as much as her. So that's why they chose Rihanna over Tearia Marie. It was a big label dispute, and they had two good artists, so they chose Rihanna. And another thing, reason why they chose her, because she was from another country. And they figured she had a little bit more talent, but to be completely honest with you, I think Tearia Marie would have been a better artist. If they would have gave Tearia Marie the right songs, and they would have put it in, because that girl is talented. You hear me? Tearia Marie, I don't know if she come across my videos, but that girl is talented. If they would have put her in the right position, she would have been as big as Rihanna. I'm sorry. I have to bring it to her. She would have to be as big as Rihanna. And sometimes it can make you bitter with your career. It can. But y'all understand, I'm in this motherfucker cooking. I'm going straight 100. But she would have been as big as Rihanna. And she would have made multiple hits. She just needed the right label to push her and to have her in that forefront. Now, far as I was told that Beyonce had a lot to do with why Tearia Marie too wasn't a part of a lot of things. It's because that she wanted Rihanna to be more of a star than Tearia Marie. And at that time, Beyonce was kind of like carrying on her type of thing with that situation. She was carrying on, she was carrying on a different kind of, she was just coming in the game. And at that time, she was kind of like, oh, I'm Beyonce and I'm going to get to the top and I'm going to do this. She was having an ego. Some people come in the game, they had that little ego. So I guess she felt threatened by little Tearia Marie. So, that's the true tea of what really went on. That's the true tea. So Tearia Marie goes to Love and Hip Hop, and she's still, let me put some seasoning in there. She still making things. She got some couple of songs out that pretty good. I think she can make an excellent comeback. But the true tea is, they didn't want to spend money on Tearia Marie like they did Rihanna. Put this chicken in the oven. I'll make a smothered chicken and rice. So they didn't want to put Tearia Marie in the forefront because they figured that Rihanna was a better artist. She was moving and she was doing what she had to do what she had, But at the time, those deals probably wasn't looking too good. But there is a solution on why Tearia Marie can go back to another label. I think she can manage from Atlantic Records. I know Atlantic has K Michelle and some more people. She could just shift for more labels and they can really push her. She could push herself because she got some new stuff coming out. You know, all she got to do is stop getting caught up on that drama on Love and Hip Hop and focus. You know, but I do wish Tearia Marie the best. And that's the real reason why Tearia Marie and Rihanna was sided, because the labels wanted Rihanna more because they felt like she would have been a better artist. I mean, Rihanna did blow up. She did make numbers. But I think Tearia Marie would have been a better artist. All right, people. Subscribe to the channel. If you feel like it, let me know what you think. And don't forget to email me with more topics. Peace.